Cheryl Scott, and I'm with Keller Williams Realty Partners in Overland Park, Kansas. I want to introduce you to a couple I've been working with, Alonzo and Carla, and I've been helping them find a house for their family of 3 children and, of course, themselves. And we were looking primarily in the Kansas City, Kansas area in the Wyandotte County School District. So, and the homes that they were looking for were at least 4 bedrooms, with the 4th bedroom possibly being in the basement and a half bath down there. Carla specifically said she wanted a bathroom in her bedroom with a tub because she loves to take a bath. And then, of course, for the other 2 children, she wanted them to be on the same floor as they were, but definitely wanted the teenager in his own space. Then they also wanted to look at potential fixer-uppers because their price range was a little bit lower than the typical market, and wanted to make sure that they had a yard, a family room, preferably an area that is a separate family room for games and so forth, or just relaxing space. They also wanted a dining room and a nice sized kitchen because they do a lot of family activities and wanted to be able to have a place for all of the family to come over, the yard for the games, and also, back fun space with grilling and everything. So we set out on our quest to find the perfect house for the family. And along the way, we encountered some challenges. One of the houses that we found, it was a very nice house, good price range and so forth. The master bedroom was a little small and it didn't have a bathroom. The yard was humongous with all of these beautiful plants and trees and so forth. And I think that was the biggest turnoff for that particular house because the house had a reputation of being beautiful with all the plants and flowers and rose bushes. I think we probably counted 30 rose bushes in the yard. And Alonzo said, there's no way that we can uphold the reputation that this yard has had. So this will not do. And I'd be spending my entire weekend cutting grass and pulling weeds and stuff. Another house that we saw, one of the things that Carla asked for was an exit from the master bedroom to a little sitting area outside. So one of the homes we saw had that, but that was the only way to get to the backyard. Another one that we saw had the room for the son in the basement. It had a bathroom in the basement, but the only way to get to, the bathroom in the basement was also in the laundry room, and it came through the garage. So there wasn't very much privacy in that bathroom. And that one also had the space in the basement for recreation and stuff too. One of the things I was concerned with about that particular house was the slope of the driveway. When I looked in the garage, it didn't really look like the people parked in the garage. And I even called the other realtor to ask. I'm like, how do they get out of that garage in the winter? And so, when you have things like that, you don't want to put a first-time home buyer in those types of situations. But that one ended up not being their favorite either. We saw some fixer-uppers. They may have had the size and the space that they were looking for, but there were floating floors and mold, or some of them had peeling paint, or another thing that was, I guess, some of the things that they were trying to do in their fixer-upper quest was knocking down walls. Just about every house we went into was, oh, we can knock down a wall. We can knock down this wall. And looking for that open space and open floor plan. So onward, we found houses where there was 2 bedrooms upstairs, 2 bedrooms downstairs, and Carla and Alonzo may have had to go to the basement for a master bedroom. And with teenagers in the house, that really wasn't going to work, with them possibly sneaking out at night and all. And then we found some that may have, had a weird bathroom in the basement, similar to what I talked about before. One of them, you almost needed to make it a bathroom that Carla could take a bath in. We would have had to jackhammer through the floor to put in a new tub and all. And then we looked at, so we had the fixer-uppers, then we would look at already fixed up. And when we went in to look at them, I noticed that Alonzo would say, "Oh, I like this." And, you know, when I step back and look at, okay, here are the things they said they wanted, this one may only have 2 bedrooms and maybe not even a place to put the kitchen table because there's this huge counter or island in the middle of the floor. And, you know, it just made me realize, he probably doesn't want to have a fixer-upper after all. So I think it was our next visit out. We were in a home and they sat down and they were having a discussion about something, and I said, okay, you two, we need to talk about what it is that you really want. When you buy a house, it's a huge investment, something that you're going to be in for a long time. You want to make sure that you have the basic things that you want it to have. You don't want to compromise on those things because you'll be frustrated for years, and I don't want you to be frustrated. So we went on to look for other homes that would meet their requirements, and we found one. So this particular home has a nice big family room with a fireplace, one that they can use as a formal area with no TV. Then it also has a galley kitchen. That's a wide galley kitchen and lots of cabinet space. Actually, they're custom cabinets on both sides of the room. And it gives them room for their entertainment and when they have family over cooking. And then, but one little thing about that particular kitchen is the oven is real small. So they'll need to compromise there. Then on the other side is the dining room, which is a nice big room that walks out to the deck in the backyard. And then it has the master bedroom at the other side of the house. And very few ranches have that particular aspect of the house. So they have split bedroom plan. And in their master bedroom, they have a bathroom with a tub. They also have a walkout area that has a patio where Carla can have her seating, and she plans to put a little fence around there. The yard, because it's like on the corner into a cul-de-sac, sits a little odd, and but you know, it does give them room to play ball and do their games and things. And it has the bedroom in the basement for the son, so he can have his own space. It has a half bath in the basement for his own space, and then it has a more unfinished space in the basement with a laundry room and storage area and so forth. So some of the fun things we've encountered. Well, one of the quirky things about the house is that we were walking around looking at it, and it may have even been the second time looking at it, and we're like, how do you get to the garage from inside? So we're walking around trying to find the door, and there wasn't one. But the garage does face the front door, so you can walk out of the front door directly into the garage, and they're okay with that. And then one of the bedrooms also has its door right into the dining room. And I'm like, are you concerned about that? No, because my son will really like to get to the kitchen quicker anyway. So they're good with that. A couple of the things that we've discussed with them is in the master bedroom, there were more custom built-ins put into the master bedroom, and it's a smaller master, but it does have the tub. So we've talked about, okay, how do you take down these built-ins and expand the size of the bedroom? And there's been some discussions about, well, what makes sense? Well, it doesn't make sense to move it there. And that bedroom has its own hallway too, and they've talked about, okay, putting a door at the end, and it gets a little heated sometimes when we talk about those things. In the basement, Alonzo wants to use that as his man cave. Well, the unfinished area is pretty big. It's the expanse of the house, the width of the house, and then, you know, pretty deep. So he wants to put a wall all the way across the house, and Carla's like, you want to do what? You want to put a wall where? So it's like, okay, all right, well, what about if we move this over here and this over here? So I play mediator quite a bit. And then in the backyard, because of the angles of it, the next thing that we discuss quite often is where to put the fence line. And there's a tree on one side, and you know, the conversation is, you want to put the fence you want to put the tree in the fence, or you want to put the tree outside of the fence, or where do we put it over here? Anyway, it's been a very interesting and delightful opportunity working with them. I'm excited about the house that they found, and that it has so many of the things that I encourage them not to compromise on, and that makes me really happy. And it's been a delight working with the children as they came along and looked at things. So thank you for letting me share with you, and have a great day.